Today's video is going to be about fish, so if you don't like fish, watch anyway and subscribe. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I hope you will like and subscribe. Subscribing to a YouTube channel is free. This channel does videos about different topics, and I hope it's things that you'll enjoy and encourage you. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when the next video is published. Now to today's video. Earlier this year, I stopped by a pet store and bought 5 Corys. Well, since then, that pet store has gone out of business. They told me that these Corys are emerald Corys. Well, it's been several months, and I believe the store was mistaken. I think these Corys are bronze Corydoras. The video I'm showing you now is when I first got them home, and you can see they're very active as they're figuring out their new aquarium, their new tank. After they got settled into their new tank, they really began to hide. I rarely saw the Corys. Even when they ate, it was just odd to me how they always hid. Now, I have albino Corys and some panda Corys, and they're friendly little guys. They don't hide all the time, so I thought it was kind of odd that they were always hiding. If you saw a recent video I did about a fish swap I went to, I bought 5 more Corydoras. Now, I put those in a different tank, and I decided to catch some of these Corys, of these 5 Corys, and put them with those new Corys. I know Corys like to be in a group, so I put as many as I could catch into a different tank. I only left 2 Corys in this tank, and honestly, the reason I left them in this tank is because they were hiding. I just couldn't find them. And I noticed in just a few days, those 2 that were left weren't hiding anymore. They would come out front and center of that 10-gallon tank every day, every morning when I would feed the rest. I had some guppies in the tank too. They would come out right front and center and weren't hiding anymore. I really didn't understand this behavior. If you understand this behavior, comment down below and let me know, why were they hiding when there was 5 of them, and now that there's just 2, they're coming out center stage to play. In just a few weeks of these 2 that were left in the 10-gallon by themselves, I noticed some eggs. I noticed Corydora eggs. I was so excited. So I removed the eggs and put them in a little jar to see if I could hatch these eggs. I read online that it's recommended you use methylene blue in the water. Well, I didn't have any, so I didn't use any. It took 4 days for the eggs to hatch, but I was so excited on the 4th day when I looked in the jar and I had some little fish swimming around, little fry swimming around. Well, this was my setup. I had the fry in a jar, and I put a heating mat out and a dish towel over the heating mat and then the jar on the dish towel. I put a thermometer inside to make sure I kept the fry at a good, safe temperature. And as you can see, the little fry are doing great on day 8. I was so happy. I fed them 3 times a day. I alternated a Cory first bite, frozen baby brine shrimp, and some green water I had from an outdoor pond. In this video clip, you can see the frozen baby brine shrimp as I've released it into the water. I got a little worried that I was overfeeding them, so I did a lot of water changes. I changed water, probably 25 to 40% water changed every day. The way I accomplish my water change is I use the turkey baster to suck up that dirty water. I expelled that water into a jar to make sure I wasn't catching up some of my fry. I have to admit that a few times I did suck up some fry, but because I would release it into a little container, I could look and see that there were fry in there, and then I would put them back in the safe container before I disposed of the dirty water. After about 2 weeks, I moved the fry into this plastic shoebox, one of these little storage containers that you can buy for just $1 or $2. Now, I was adding bubbles, just like I had in the jar. I continued to do water changes every day. I would suck up with the turkey baster all the leftover food. And as you can see, I probably was overfeeding them. There was a lot of extra food at the bottom of the container every day. And again, I'm going to show you how I use the turkey baster to remove that extra food. It's important to do a water change safely. You know, when you have those tiny little fry, if you were too aggressive with your water changes, you might kill the fry. And see all that dirty water I removed? I always would squirt out the dirty water into a little jar like this one and check and make sure that I didn't suck up any fry. I didn't want to throw away any of my little fry. At 1 month and 2 days old, I found one dead fry. It was one of the largest ones in my little plastic container. The following day, I saw 2 of the large fry that were dead. I thought I needed to move these fry to the 10-gallon back with their parents. I just thought maybe the water quality was just not what it should be. I knew I was overfeeding them. So at 1 month and 2 days, I put the little guys in the 10-gallon back with Mom and Dad. The fry seem to be doing great. They've adjusted well back in the tank with their parents. As I released them into the tank, I tried to count, and I think there's 12 little fry. It's been another week, and they all seem to be doing well. Well, I say all. It's hard to count all 12 of them, but I do see a lot of them, and they all seem to be doing well. I certainly haven't found any dead ones. But take a look. There's Mom and Dad in the center, and you can see some small ones around them. And I'll try to zoom in where you can take a better look and see how they're growing. Comment down below if you've ever bred Corydoras and raised up a batch, or if you're thinking about breeding your Corydoras. In a previous video, I mentioned that I live in the middle of nowhere and I don't get to see a lot of other fish keepers. It's why I enjoy YouTube so much and following fish keepers on YouTube. I love just seeing their tanks and hearing what they're doing. So if you like that too, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with other fish keepers. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.